Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Thursday's check-in. I'm here in Oakland, California, East Bay, and I just finished wrapping up my first weekend doing any pop-ups in Northern California, and it was a very successful weekend. So I want to thank all of you guys who showed up on Saturday and Sunday. I know you guys came from near and far and I really appreciate that. I know I always share on the channels that you guys just brighten up my day when you guys show up. Whether you guys purchase anything or not, it's nice to meet you in person, and if there is a gap of time when you come to the market, I can chat with you, grab some pictures, and you get to meet little Abby. And she was really good considering yesterday was so windy. And I'll talk about Saturday's market first before Sunday, and then I'll share with you a few things and then we'll announce my next dates. So Saturday's market was in Berkeley, and it was the company that I already vended with in Venice. So they have their ongoing location in Venice every Saturday, and I did it once and I'm gonna try to go back again in July, and we'll do at least one Saturday in Venice with the same company. But they have their summer location, which is in Berkeley, and they're kind of figuring out, from what I understand, a place where they fit that they could maybe do a weekly ongoing Saturday here in the Bay Area. But for now it's from mid-June to end of August, and this past Saturday was their second Saturday that they did for the summer. So it was kind of like, I don't know how you want to explain it, and you'll see on the vlog channel for Travel with Jewelyn, but it was kind of set in an area where there was like a bougie coffee shop and then some sheds where I could have actually used one, but I opt out to just bring my own tent because I don't think the shed would have accommodated my art, especially when a lot of things need to be laid flat and you need to look from the top view and kind of scan my art, and not necessarily kind of displayed on shelves or on like a pegboard. So I don't think I would have been able to utilize the shed as much as, like, say if I was selling clothing. So I ended up bringing my tent, and it was in a parking lot, and I think it was maybe only 14 vendors, so it was very intimate. And I don't want to say, oh actually, you know what, this might be the first market that there was there was one candle maker, because in Los Angeles, and you guys see me do the walkthroughs, there's always a bunch of candle makers, clothes and jewelry. And it was interesting to talk to a few vendors. Some of them were friendly and some of them were not, but I was really happy to be there, and I decided to film outside, so just bear with me because I don't think you would want to see the inside of a plain room. You get to hear Oakland. So would I come back and do that Saturday flea market before the summer ends? I don't think it's gonna work with my schedule because I am gonna be in Africa. I guess when this video goes live, we'll say in like 6 weeks, I'll be going to Africa. So I don't think it's gonna work with my schedule to come back. And with that being said, I would like to come back one more weekend up here in the Bay Area. I don't care if it's in the city or if it's in East Bay. I really enjoyed yesterday's one, and I'll talk about that in a second. But if I can come back one more weekend before the year ends for the holiday season to do a weekend of pop-ups, I will do the drive and I'll come back out here, and then maybe I can plant shop again. And you'll see that in the next video, my early birthday plant haul, and maybe I can plant shop again for Christmas and treat myself. With my schedule nowadays, and you guys definitely see a change and a shift from the main channel and the vlog channel, I'm not really home, and it is really true, I'm not really home. If you watch the vlog channel, I am a traveler, and I feel like the Santa Monica collection has kind of, I don't want to say take a beating, but with the combination of me not being home and then the weather, my plants are, I can really see who are dramatic plants and who are not dramatic plants. So let's see what the collection looks like when I drive back and go home today, because I've been away for like 4 days, but I did water the collection before I left. So Saturday it was 50-50. I did pretty good considering it was a very small intimate market, and it wasn't, I feel like, in a place in the city where there's tons of foot traffic and like it was like on a really big main street or anything like that. So I think it was good for what it was, but I would not drive out specifically for that market again. Now, Sunday's market was really good, and actually that market, they do it on Saturday and Sunday once a month. And this was one thing stressful about yesterday's market, and if you came down to the market, you would have seen me struggling with the wind. And I feel like there's two elements that is going to ruin a vendor's day doing a pop-up at a market, is the wind and rain. Not so much the sun. For me, with my resin art, I don't like it sitting in the sun because it gets bendy in the sun, but the wind can really ruin your whole day. And I know there was one vendor, I think their stuff like went flying, and I don't know if they had glass, and I could hear it all crack. So I feel bad for people who have to travel with anything very fragile. Luckily for me, epoxy resin is pretty forgiving, it's never gonna break. But my magnet easel did fall towards the end of market day, like half an hour before the market was over, and I broke 3 of my cactus magnets. But it could be worse, so I'm not gonna complain about that. They're just small and fragile. And the worst part was my earrings. I swear by the end of the day, I was so frustrated that I went to a very popular ice cream shop and I got me ice cream, and I enjoyed ice cream by myself just to like detox from that day, because it was so frustrating. I was picking up after my earrings literally all day. They would fly off the table from the wind. I would pick them up, 2 seconds later they would fly. And I was trying to think like what would be another way for me to avoid that. And now if I had put them like in a container, I feel like people, and I see the way how people shop, they like to scam my whole table, and then they like to decide from my selection and current inventory what are they going to choose. Now if you have to like scam through the earrings like records, I don't think that would grab people's attention when they're walking past my booth. But when they see all of my inventory laid out and all of the earrings, it grabs their attention to stop and look at the table. So I feel like that's the best way for me to make sales with my earrings. But yesterday's wind killed me. Literally, I thought vending in Hawaii, the wind was really bad. No, vending in Alameda right by the water was very stressful. I would like to do this market one more time before the year ends, but their Saturday is waitlisted because actually they were only doing Saturdays once a month, and then they recently added Sunday, and so their Saturdays is waitlisted for the rest of the year. So I wouldn't come out unless I'm able to do 2 markets. It doesn't have to be the same market, but Saturday and Sunday. So if you live in the Bay Area and you know a great market that my things would do really well at, comment them down below or DM me on Instagram, and I'll see if the dates can match up with my schedule with Las Vegas and traveling, and I'll come back out here one more weekend at least for the holidays to vend. It'll be really nice to come out, and it was so nice to meet a bunch of you guys, and I know a few of you brought planters for me to sign and it was really nice to meet you. And I felt like I was able to spend a little bit more time with my Bay Area subscribers compared to like my Los Angeles subscribers, because like in the Rose Bowl it was just so hectic that I couldn't spend a lot of time with you guys who showed up. Speaking of which, I guess I should talk about the next time I'm vending. So yes, let's wrap up my thoughts about yesterday's market. I would definitely come back, but we need to do a Saturday Sunday for me to do the drive, because it takes me anywhere from 5 to 6 hours one way to drive up here. And I know I do the commute between Santa Monica and Las Vegas like nothing. It's 4 hours minimum if there's no traffic, so I'm fine with that because that is my normal commute. But 5-6 hours, I'm definitely gonna have to do more than one day for me to drive out here. So comment down below if you are in the Bay Area and know of any markets, whether it's a seasonal market or a weekly market, that you think I would do really good at with my artwork, and see where I fit in with my schedule to come back out here again. So speaking of which, I will be taking this weekend off from vending, 4th of July weekend, because I'm going back to Las Vegas. So I'm only gonna go home to Santa Monica literally for 2.5 days, basically to make some art, water the collection, drop off the plants that I picked up here in East Bay, and kind of reset myself really quickly. And then I'm going back to Las Vegas for a week for work. I'm dancing a handful of days for 4th of July weekend. So if you are in Las Vegas for 4th of July weekend and would like to catch my shows, DM me on Instagram. And I know Tristan and Shannon, which is based in LA. Sometimes you see them on the vlog. If you watch the vlog channel, we do a once a month group dinner. They're actually going to drive out to Las Vegas for the holiday weekend to come and catch my shows, eat at the restaurants, and see my Las Vegas life. But they're gonna be doing their thing on the Las Vegas Strip, and I still have my Las Vegas life that I do during the day, but at least I get to spend some time with them, and they're gonna come out to catch my shows and visit the restaurants. So that'll be all on the vlog channel. So that's gonna be really fun. I have new dresses I'm gonna be dancing in, so I'm really excited to go back to Las Vegas. And I'll probably try to do a planting with Jewelyn, taking phase 3 plants to the Las Vegas home. Not as much as phase 2, but definitely a couple that I think is gonna work for the room. And I literally was in the new Las Vegas house for not even 2 hours, basically, to drop off the plants, film, and then off I went to work. So I'm not spending time in the new house yet, but the plants are living there and they look so good. And also shout out to my mom for watering the plants before heading out to Southern California, because right now they're taking a couple of days off to treat themselves for vacation. So maybe I might drive to my mom where they're staying in Southern California, and I think Laguna Beach area, which is far from Santa Monica, so I can maybe see them. So yes, so thanks mom for watering the plants, and I look forward to filming Thursday's check-in either from Las Vegas, maybe from the new room. If I come across more plant things, I definitely want to add some level changes for the Las Vegas room, but I think I'll get a more feel of how I want to style my plants once we start living in there, which maybe might be this coming summer. Hopefully by my birthday would be nice. And I want to also give a shout out to my grandma, because she actually, I'm gonna go home and hopefully the parcel that she sent me with more handmade goods that she sold for my shop is probably somewhere in front of my studio. Let's hope. I was hoping that it was gonna be available for me to take to the Bay Area to sell, but I'll announce my dates in a second where I'm gonna be. I want to give my grandma a shout out for creating this new apron for me to vend in, and it's absolutely adorable. So this is what it looks like. Has the pocket and her signature ruffle and bow, and this is the canvas tote material that we are using for my tote bags, and I think she was able to make a couple more. So if you're interested in my canvas tote bag with this printed material, reach out to me on a direct message, because it did really well, and she had a little bit material left to create a few, but she did create this one-of-a-kind apron for me to vend in when I do my pop-up. So thank you grandma, I enjoyed using it. I don't know if I used it at the Rose Bowl. Probably I did. Yes, I used it at the Rose Bowl, and then this weekend in the Bay Area. I want to share with you a couple things that I created that didn't sell this weekend, but I'm sure it'll sell one of these days. These trays I like creating and having at least one of them in my shop. They do really well. I see people getting really gravitated to the ferns in my little trinket trays. So this one is up for sale. I did sell one yesterday. Is that the rain coming? The rain is coming. And then this is a new style of monstera that I am creating, and I think I may start turning maybe 1 or 2 into a sun catcher, but I like having at least one laying on my table just in case anybody wants one for like a decorative piece, which someone did purchase one for a decorative piece in the Rose Bowl. So I like having variety, but this is a new mold that I am incorporating in the shop and my art, so this is really fun. And then I created sun catchers over the weekend, and I try to create as much as I can while I'm doing my pop-ups, because that's the only time really I can create. I know I mentioned that I want to like go down to the beach and the park and like do a quick like piece down there, but literally I only went twice since I told myself I want to do it, and I haven't been back since with my schedule. So I always create at the market. one of the sun catchers I made on Saturday sold first on Sunday. My first transaction on Sunday, it sold. And I created some sun catchers yesterday on the spot for a few customers that seen something they want but wasn't available and wanted something different. So I created on the spot and off it went to their new home. The style that I sold on the sun catcher I made Saturday, and it sold first thing on Sunday. It was green and sparkly, full of glitters. It was beautiful. And yesterday I created this one, and the sun is not hitting it because it's gloomy and cold here in the Bay. But this is kind of like a creamy gold white, and there's some gold glitter in it. So if you are more of like a minimalist and don't want green art and you still love plant life, this piece is for you. So this one is up for sale, and these are just a few things I recently created that I wanted to share with you while I sit down and check in. So with that being said, I am taking off this coming weekend because I'll be in Las Vegas, and then I'm going to come back to Santa Monica and I'll have a couple of days to create more art, and then I'm gonna be popping up in Los Feliz Flea, which is an outdoor market that I've been doing since December, and I think the last time I was there was 6 weeks ago. So it's time for me to go back and show face. So I'm gonna be there on Saturday, next week Saturday, and then it is the second Sunday of the month, so I'm gonna be doing my second appearance at the Rose Bowl Flea Market. Unfortunately, I have a standby ticket again. It is so hard to get in, so therefore I won't be able to drive onto the flea market property at 4 like everybody else, and you guys already know my story if you keep up with the channels. But I'll be showing up at 5, and hopefully I will be able to drive onto the market around 8 something and then stress myself out putting my tent up and everything and setting up while the market is going on all around me. It's gonna be chaotic, I already know this, but I will be at the Rose Bowl, and we'll see where they put me. Hopefully somewhere in the front because of my standby ticket, but it's very stressful to be a standby ticket holder. Not only do you pay double the price to be a vendor there, but you end up getting placed like 3 hours after the market opens once everybody's settled in and selling, and then they bring you in based on, I guess, your ticket number, and then they fill in the gaps. So it's very stressful to be able to like drive through the market while it's open and then set up your whole tent and everything while the market is going on. Especially with my stuff, it takes 2 hours minimum to set up, and that's me being like really quick. So if you are in Southern California and you weren't able to come to the Rose Bowl this past month, this is your chance to come to the Rose Bowl. Come find me, see the art, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hot and sunny, so I suggest coming early, at least to find parking and get in, because that is definitely a mission. Parking is a problem. There's a huge crowd and it'll literally frustrate you if you don't come early. So that is my best advice, and I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. Stick around because I'm gonna be filming my early birthday plant haul. I feel like this is the only time I'm gonna be able to plant shop. Was a couple days ago when I arrived here, and literally I drove on 2.5 hours of sleep to get here first thing in the morning, and it was like a 6-hour drive just so that I could visit 6 plant nurseries and do some plant shopping. So when those videos come out, give those videos a thumbs up because I literally filmed on 2.5 hours of sleep and drove 6 hours, visited 6 nurseries, and after those 6 nurseries I was like done for. I'm like, I don't want to be in any plant nurseries. I'm good for a while, and I got some really cool plants. So stick around because I'm going to be filming after this video my early birthday plant haul. You get to see the plants that I picked up in East Bay, and you will see, I think prior to that video I will film my intro and outro of the plant shops that I visited in the East Bay, and I'm probably gonna maybe put it all in one video. I'm not sure yet, depending on how much content I was able to film, because some of the places I went wasn't really anything and it was like a small hole in the wall. So we'll see, depending on how much content I was able to get, I might just lump it up into one video and I'll film an intro and outro from here for the come with me's, hang out with me East Bay. and then followed by that you will see my plant haul. So I will film that all now here, and then we're gonna jump in the car, grab a matcha latte somewhere in the area, and do the drive back to Santa Monica. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you came to any of my pop-ups in the Bay Area, comment down below whether you're new because you found me at the market, or you're a subscriber and been watching me for a while and made your way down to one of my pop-ups. Sound off in the comments down below, and I look forward to coming back out here to do another pop-up, hopefully sometime this year. So if you are in the area, leave a comment down below if there's any markets that would be a good fit for my art, and I will see you soon. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel and the vlog channel. You get a video each and every day. Shout out to my grandma for all of your handmade goods. It's so nice to see her stuff in my shop and going off to their new homes, because I know my grandma works really hard, and even though if she's not physically with me in California, her goods are with me and they're made with lots of aloha from Hawaii, and I think that's super special that my grandma can still sew for me, and she is in her late 70s, so God bless her hands and her heart. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on another Thursday check-in. It is so cold, I could literally be in a hoodie and, well, sweatpants, but we're here and we're doing all these videos, and I hope you guys appreciate all of these contents. With my crazy busy schedule, I'll sign off from, I was gonna say Las Vegas, Nevada, but no, we are in Oakland, California. I'm signing off from this gloomy Bay Area weather, and I will see you soon. Until next time, aloha from Oakland, California. Bye guys.